Does supersizing your business measure up or live up to your expectations? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Our idiom for today is to live up to your or someone's expectations, or to measure up to someone's expectations. This idiom has been around for probably as long as we've been comparing ourselves to others, or thinking of something that we want and then measuring whether we get there or not, whether we supersize our business or not, whether we achieve our goals and objectives for profitability, for whatever else our key performance indicators are for our business. So this idiom means to be successful or impressive as someone has expected themselves or other people to be, right? So when we hire a new person for our business, we expect them to be awesome. We expect them to come in and contribute to the organization. We expect all these things of them. Hopefully we've told them in the interview, as well as we bring them into our organization. But sometimes they don't live up to expectations, right? I've been involved with lots of employees and lots of partners and lots of people in groups and different situations and organizations that I expected more from, right? And sometimes I expect more from myself than I'm actually giving at the time or doing at the time. So I want to give you some tips on how to let go of others' expectations and focus in on your own. And they're just little things that I've learned along the way of my journey, my long journey here on the planet, in different businesses, in different organizations, in different capacities in corporate America, as well as running my own businesses and online and offline, because we're human beings everywhere. And the truth is, it's all about our mindset, our beliefs, our expectations, our communication, our skills, and how we interact with the rest of the world, and how that helps us to grow and build and supersize our business. We can grow a pretty big business on our own, but if we want to supersize our business, it's always going to take other people. We at least need customers, right? So that means we have to get along with some people. So what are some ways to, and some tips to let go of other people's expectations? Because I don't know about you, but I have definitely struggled with this in the past. When I was younger, I did what I thought everybody else expected me. I did what I thought my parents expected of me. I did what I thought my sisters and siblings expected of me. I did what I thought my friends expected of me. And where my expectations was on the bottom of that priority list in that totem pole. And I wasn't consciously aware of it, but I realized as I've learned about myself and about how I operate, I have a tendency to do that. I have a tendency to not ask for help and put everybody else's needs, wishes, desires, and expectations first. And you can do that for bursts of time, and it's important to co-create together in different situations, but it's also important to make sure that we are working on our own beliefs and feelings and thoughts and emotions and skills and expectations, not on other people. So how can we go about doing that? Number one, put in perspective their experiences versus their expectations versus your own. Every once in a while, I have to sit back and I have to say, okay, is this what I expect of myself, or is this what my board of directors or my team or my kids or my mom is expecting of me, or my sisters, right? Or my peers or my friends? And if it's their expectation, but it doesn't make me feel good, I'm not going to do that anymore. If it's their expectation and it's become my expectation because I consciously choose to show up and be that way, then that becomes my expectations. We want to be making sure that we are putting things into perspective and knowing whose goals and objectives we're actually working on and whose expectations we're actually working on. We can only work on our own expectations, right? Our own expectations of ourselves. We can give other people feedback and they can give us feedback. But the truth is, what we expect of ourselves is the most important thing. Number two, check your own expectations of others. Guess what? I have expectations of my kids. I have expectations of my granddaughters. I have expectations of my siblings and the people that are in my life and in relationships, the people I work with, the people I interact with, the people I coach, the people I consult. I have expectations, as do they. And I have to remember that my expectations aren't necessarily theirs. Whenever a new person joins our team, one of the things we do is we sit down and we have an expectation sharing. And I share, this is what I'm expecting and seeing for you. But I definitely ask and get, what are you expecting from this relationship, from this organization, from your involvement in this project, etc. Number three, cultivate your inner voice. We all, to a greater or lesser extent, we all talk to ourselves, right? We all have that little voice in our head that's always talking to us and telling us stuff. Is your voice a cheerleader and helping you move toward your expectations and the things that you want? Or is your voice a little negative Nancy, or God forbid, someone else's voice in your head? I'll never forget the morning I woke up and I realized that the first voice in my head was my ex-husband's. It wasn't even mine. It was his voice, and I was like horrified, and I set to work to change that. But sometimes we don't even realize that the voice in our head is one of our parents. The voice in our head is one of our kids. The voice in our head is a friend. I actually have a hypnotist friend, and I consciously choose to let her voice be in my head sometimes because it empowers me, and it reminds me of things that I want to and expect of myself. And finally, number 4, begin sizing up what you want. Begin saying out loud and sharing with other people what you want. And if you want to supersize your business, I suspect you're already doing this. You're painting the vision for people of where the organization and where the business is going. And the clearer and the better you do that, and the more you involve people in that process, the faster and easier it is to actually make that expectation a reality. This is actually a Proverb 10:28. It's been around for a long time. And the Proverb 10:28 says, the expectation of the wicked shall perish. And then William Shakespeare said, it is the root of all heartache. Expectation is the root of all heartache. So it's been used a lot. It's been around a lot. Curious if you've used this idiom or actually have thought about it. I mean, I don't know that I guess when I was younger, I did think about, am I living up to my parents' expectations? Especially when I did something mischievous or that I shouldn't have done and got in trouble, like walking home from the neighboring town in the middle of the night with my girlfriends, things like that. Then I didn't want to disappoint my parents, and I knew I wasn't living up to their expectations, but I also wasn't doing the right thing for me. So it was kind of a double-edged lesson learned. All right, that's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, traveling, so got weird different backgrounds. This is actually a picture that my aunt painted of my childhood house growing up, us girls playing in the snow, a couple of us girls playing in the snow, making a snowman. She's an incredible artist. I'm looking at some more of her art, so maybe I'll get an opportunity to make some videos and show off some more of her amazing talent, because I think she's fantastic, because she is. And her name's Sharon, which makes it even more fantastic. All right, have an awesome day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.